Hello, hello, hello. It's finally Friday of the longest week of my life. This week has gone by ridiculously slowly, but it's finally done. And I took a 2.5 hour nap today, so I'm feeling great. Anyway, it's kind of dark because it's nightish time. It's like 8:30. And I thought I would show you my pet. I don't know if you can see him. Oh no, you totally... Oh, there he is. That's my pet fly. His name is Beams. I've named him because he's been in my room for 3 days and he is still not dead. And I don't know why he's not dead. I don't know what he's been eating because my food is all sealed and we're in the refrigerator. So how he's alive is beyond me. But I've had this fly, I don't know when he got into my room, I really don't know, but he's been in my room for the past 3 days, and now I've given him a name, and I'm afraid that now I've given him a name, he will die. He's hanging out on my lamp, not my lamp, but my overhead light. He's that black speck, you can't really tell. He's a fly, but he is a fly, just a regular old fly, not a fruit fly. So he didn't follow me back from the lab. I don't know where he came from because my window has not been open and my door is only open occasionally, but you know, there he is. Yeah, you get a nice shot of the underside of my bed and my pale face. That's a little bit better. I look a little bit less pale. But, yeah, I've just been listening to a bunch of music, hanging out for my Friday night, watching Haunting of Hill House. Again, this is time 3. Such a good show. Highly recommend. It's not the show I'm currently obsessed with that's on Netflix, but I am enjoying rewatching it because it's way scarier than I remember. I think I mentioned that a few videos ago, but it's very scary, but in like a good way. I'm getting this double chin vibe that I also just don't love. So, no, this is the better angle for me. Anyway, today is the summer solstice. The sun has been up since God knows when. I woke up at 5:50 this morning because my room was too bright to sleep. But then, you know, I woke up and I was missing my kitty, and I went on my Snapchat memories, and a year ago today was also the summer solstice, and apparently I hung out with her outside because I have a lot of Snapchat pictures and my year ago memories of her and I just hanging out outside, and that made me really sad because I miss her a lot. But it hits in waves. It's weird. I once had grief described to me as a ball or a balloon in a box. And at first the balloon is almost as big as the box, and so every time the sides of the balloon touch the sides of the box, that's when you're hit with the pain of loss. And as you move away from the death of, or the loss, doesn't necessarily have to be a death, of the person that you love, the balloon shrinks, but sometimes it will just happen to hit the side of the box anyway, even though it's a much smaller balloon. And then you still feel the pangs of grief just as intense as the first moment. It just happens with larger intervals in between of not being as sad. So, that's very accurate because she's been gone for over a month and 10 days, and I'm still just randomly get sad. Which sucks. You know, I lived 2 years without living with her. I lived in a different state. And, you know, I didn't get to see her all the time because dogs travel, cats can't, which is sad. But I was a little bit less used to having her around than my family was, so they definitely felt her loss more intensely. Especially because they were there. I didn't have to be there. I was still at school. So, didn't get to say goodbye in person, but sometimes that makes it easier. But yeah, so I was just sad today, a little bit, which was kind of a bummer on my Friday, but, I had a lot of reading to do, so, I got offered a different building for working for my residence life folk, and I was offered a position in a different building, working with first years instead of upperclassmen. I haven't really given it a whole ton of thought. I prefer working with upperclassmen. Again, my sister's going to be a first year at my school, so I don't know if that would be a conflict of interest, is another reason why I would consider not doing it. But I would have, in my current position, I would have 29 residents who are all sophomores. And in this new position, I would have 35 residents, all female. My sophomores would be mixed. But I would have 35 female residents who are all freshmen. And so that is where I'm at. I'm thinking about it, considering it. I don't think I'm going to hopefully not end up doing it. It's not the worst thing in the world. If they can't find anyone else, I'll gladly do it. But I would rather, I love this building. I love the staff that I work with. I love my room. I actually have put a lot of thought and heart into my room, and I was hoping to live here for a year. But if I don't, the worst thing that happens is I get moved to a double room that I have as a single in a different building. So, and I have first years instead of sophomores, which is fine. Just things that happened that I'm thinking about. What else happened today? I read a lot. I took a 2.5 hour nap, which was fabulous. I got back from a meeting at 1:30, and I read for like a half an hour, and then I was like, I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Went down for a nap at like 2. Woke up at 4:30. 4:20. I woke up at 4:20, of course. Which was, a pretty decent nap. And then I ordered food, and then my food got here, and I ate dinner like an hour later after waking up from a nap. And I'm feeling really good right now. Just bebopping to some Alec Benjamin, as I do, because I'm now obsessed with Alec Benjamin. Fabulous artist. I know I've praised the heck out of him. I know I've said that Narrated for You is the best album ever, but it really is. The one song that he had that was kind of popular was Let Me Down Slowly, and while it's a good song, not my favorite on the album. There are so many better songs on the album, so you should really check it out because it's really, really good. And every song tells a story, and every story is really interesting and unique. It's not like always like a love story, or if it is a love story, it's told in this really interesting perspective. There's even one song that I really bopped to called Steve, which is about a third person being around with Adam and Eve, and Steve warns Adam about greed and having everything that you need to survive and everything that you need to make you happy, but you still want what's out of reach and what you can't have. So that's really interesting. That's a good song. There's a song called Death of a Hero, which is about, finding your hero doing things that are not great, and then deciding not to buy into them anymore, which is interesting. There's a song about getting beat up. There's a song that he wrote that's more of a personal narrative about when he was dropped from his record album called Swim, and it's about waiting until somebody picks him back up again as an artist, which is really good. Yeah, just a lot of really high-key bops that I'm bopping to. Make me happy even when I'm sad. I'm like decorating this very slowly, but this is a lyric from a song called Gotta Be a Reason. You can't see it because it's an orange highlighter, but it says, there's gotta be a reason that I'm here on earth, gotta be a reason for the dust and the dirt. This one is in blue, but you still can't really see it because it's a gel pen, but it says, the world's not perfect, but it's not that bad. If we've got each other and that's all we have, I will be your mother and I'll hold your hand. When the world's not perfect, when the world's not kind, if we have each other, then we'll both be fine. I will be your mother and I'll hold your hand. You should know I'll be there for you. So good. So classic. Now one of his songs is in the running for my senior song. Because I'm in an acapella group and we get a senior song. And so one of his songs, that lyrics I just read, is called If We've Got Each Other. And that one's up there. because it has a lyric that kind of relates to me and my sister, so. And the last thing for today, and today is a full-length video, of course, is a shout out to apparently my one and only fan, my Aunt Nicole, who loves my videos and watches them every day. It makes me so happy that someone is enjoying these other than myself, because my parents have stopped watching and my sister has stopped watching, and so it's just me and you, Aunt Nicole, hanging out, vibing, chatting. I'm chatting, you're not chatting, but you're listening, so thank you for being my loyal sub, my loyal fan, my Aunt Nicole. Shout out to her, I love her. Mwah. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.